Listen up because what's going down at Northwest Stadium is about to send chills down your spine. We've got three bombshells that could shape Monday night against Chicago, and trust me, you don't want to miss even 1 second of this. First, a player nobody saw coming is about to carry the whole offense under the bright lights. Second, our deadliest weapon might be out right when we need it most, and that would put us straight into crisis mode. And third, there's a name on our defense who might totally flip this game and give Caleb Williams the roughest night of his young career. Stick around to the end because I'll reveal who's got the power to swing this one. Let me kick this off with something that's got the whole league paying attention to us. Through 5 weeks, there's one name shining brighter than anyone else on our defensive line, and that's Dorrance Armstrong Jr. Now, let me ask, how many of y'all thought this guy was going to be our most dominant force on D when he came over from Dallas? Honestly, even the most optimistic Commanders fans weren't seeing this one coming. Armstrong isn't just playing good. He's playing at an all-pro level. Here's the numbers so you get what we're witnessing. 18 pressures and 5 sacks in 5 games, putting him among the top 5 in the entire league. But here's what really matters. What separates the good from the great? This dude's getting double-teamed all the time, and he's still blowing up plays left and right. You know what's wild? His evolution. When he was in Dallas, Armstrong was just a rotational guy with upside. Now I really believe he's become a technician, a true master of the pass rush. His first step's not the most explosive in the league, but it's the way he counters. His rip move, his spin to the inside, his ability to shed blocks. That's what makes him a nightmare out there. Now let's talk Monday night. Chicago's offensive line is a straight-up mess, and we've got the perfect antidote. The Bears have allowed 7 sacks in 4 games, which sounds okay on paper. But the reality is they've given up costly pressures at clutch moments. And check this out, they're about to throw Theo Benedette, an undrafted rookie, out there to protect Caleb Williams' blind side. I'm telling you right now, if Joe Witt Jr. can get Armstrong in a one-on-one with that rookie left tackle, we'll see Williams running for his life all night. Because when Armstrong gets matched up against young tackles with his mix of strength and leverage, it's like watching a shark swimming with minnows. Just look at what happened with Adon Hutchinson against Chicago in Week 2, 5 pressures. Max Crosby in Week 4, 5 pressures. So tell me, what do you think Armstrong's gonna do with his shot in prime time? My guess is, we're about to see a show, but there's something bigger here than stats. Armstrong is exactly what Dan Quinn is building in Washington. He's the definition of aggression, discipline, and hunger, setting the tone for our entire front. He's not just a pass rusher, he's a tone setter. A lead-by-example kind of guy. Monday night, under the lights with the country watching, Armstrong has a chance to announce to the entire NFL that Washington's got an elite defensive end. A guy who can flip games, who can give rookie passers like Williams nightmares. So I'll ask you this, are you ready to see Armstrong take over? Because if he keeps balling out, keeps rising like he has, we might be watching a defensive superstar being born right before our eyes. And that, my friends, is exactly what we need to take this season to the next level. Now let's talk about something that's got the whole nation on edge, and for good reason. We already know Terry McLaurin and Noah Brown are out for Chicago. That's already a tough blow. But now we might be staring down an even bigger crisis. The kind that could totally change our offensive plan for Monday night. Deebo Samuel Sr. is questionable. Let me say that again for the folks in the back. Our most versatile and explosive weapon might not play against the Bears. Believe me. If Deebo can't go, we're officially in crisis mode. Samuel's been dealing with the heel bruise. And here's the issue. That injury does not get better when you're smashing into defenders week after week. The Commanders have been super careful with his practice reps. But now Dan Quinn's confirmed it'll be a game-time decision whether Deebo's in or out. Let me ask, do you understand what losing Deebo on top of Terry and Noah really means? Here's exactly what would happen. We'd be leaning on the ground game more than ever. And even though we're top of the league at 156 for rushing yards per game, you can't win just running the ball in today's NFL if Samuel can't go. Luke McCaffrey becomes WR1. And listen, I love what McCaffrey's shown as a third-rounder. He's off to a killer start. But asking him to be WR1 on Monday Night Football against the Chicago defense smelling blood, that's a big ask for a rookie. Who else do we got? Jalen Lane, 4th-round pick. Chris Moore, who's been up and down his whole career. Maybe we see Corey Brooks or Robbie Chosen called up from the practice squad alongside Tay Martin. I believe in our guys, but none of them bring what Samuel does. Here's what makes Debo so special. What makes him irreplaceable? His versatility. He can line up out wide, in the slot, in the backfield. He can run deep routes, short routes, block like a tackle. He's a legit all-around threat. And Cliff Kingsbury has built huge chunks of this playbook just for him, without Samuel, McLaurin, or Brown. We're going to put a ton more weight on Zach Ertz. The veteran tight end's been solid since coming in as a free agent in 2024. But he cannot carry the entire passing game by himself. That's asking too much even for a guy with his miles. Adam Peters sent a 5th rounder to the Niners for Samuel during the offseason. And until now it's looked like a straight-up steal. But here's the hard truth. Debo's been playing through pain. That heel shot has got to be giving him major trouble, so his status is really up in the air. We've got a brutal decision to make. On the one hand, we need Samuel on the field desperately. On the other, we can't risk making it worse this early in the season. We're 4-1, top of the division. We've got to think about the long haul. But let me say this, something Commanders fans know better than anyone. As long as Jaden Daniels is under center, we're never out of the fight. He's shown week after week he can pull off some magic. Even with the cupboard bare, that extra day of rest might be a game changer for Debo. Maybe that extra Monday to heal is the difference between playing or sitting out. But from what we're hearing, it could go either way. It's honestly a straight-up coin flip right now. So I gotta ask, do you believe we can win without Debo, Terry, and Noah? Do you think our run game and Jaden can carry all the weight? Because if Samuel can't go, we're about to find out what this team is really made of. Now let's get to the third bombshell, the one that could decide how we attack Chicago Monday night. Jeremy McNichols is questionable with a heel bruise. If he can't play, Washington is going to lean harder than ever on the ground game, putting all the weight on a 7th-round rookie who's shocked the whole league. Jakery Krosky-Merritt. Remember that name, because we just might see a star born under the lights. Let me give you the full context. Chris Rodriguez Jr. is set to be active, even though he missed practice this week with a calf issue. But the big workload, the main responsibility to move the sticks on the ground, that's probably going to Krosky-Merritt. And here's the crazy part. I really think this kid is ready for the moment. His showing against the Chargers took the hype train to another level entirely. Everybody in the league is talking about him now. His numbers, his matchups, it all makes sense. Chicago is giving up 106 to 4.5 rushing yards per game dead last, but one in the whole league. We're leading the NFL at 156 for rushing yards a game. So let me ask you, what happens when the best run game in the league goes up against one of the worst run Ds out there? Exactly, we could be in for another massive day on the ground, but here's where it gets interesting. Cliff Kingsbury's playing it smart with Krosky-Merritt. The OC knows the damage he can do when he's got the rock. Everyone can see that. But Kingsbury's made it clear, the touches are gonna stay somewhat limited until the rookie's blocking skills catch up. Direct quote from Kingsbury, he's gotta keep working to become a complete back. But from day one, when he's got the ball, good things happen. Bang on dot. We all know what Krosky-Merritt can do in open space. He's explosive, decisive, a natural-born playmaker. He can squeeze through gaps or bounce outside for big gains. His vision is insane for a rookie. His cutting ability is top-notch. But if he wants to be a legit 3-down force, he's got to become an asset in pass pro. That'll come with time. Until then, Kingsbury is milking the best out of Krosky-Merritt while also protecting Jaden Daniels from unblocked blitzers. And that's the key, right? You can't put your franchise quarterback in danger just because a rookie can't pick up a blitz. But here's what fires me up. Here's why I think this dude's different. He's aced every test so far. He's quick to learn, has a next-level mindset. Coaches say he soaks up the playbook like a sponge, makes real-time adjustments. Never makes the same mistake twice. So when people say his blocking needs time, I say just wait, because Krosky-Merritt's gonna get there faster than anybody thinks. That kind of work ethic, that kind of drive, you can't teach. You either got it or you don't, and this kid's got it. Monday night is going to be a huge test. If McNichols can't go, if we have to rely on the run game even more because Debo might be out, Krosky-Merritt's gonna have to step up under the brightest lights. Primetime, the whole country's watching. Going against a defense desperate to prove they can stop the run. But let me tell you, that kind of pressure, that kind of stage, it's where legends are made. Watching Krosky-Merritt with limited chances. When you see that burst, his football IQ, his hunger for the end zone, you start to believe we just might be witnessing something special. The Bears know what's coming. It's in the scouting report, it's on the highlights. But knowing and stopping it are two totally different things. If Krosky Merritt can find some daylight, make just one defender miss, we all know what could happen. He's got a different gear of breakaway speed most backs can only dream of. So let me ask you, are you ready to see Krosky Merritt shine in the Monday night spotlight? Do you believe he's up for the expanded role? 'Cause if he pops off again like he did against the Chargers, it's time to start talking about him as a legit RB1 7th round pick or not. Look, we just broke down 3 situations that could totally define this game against Chicago. Armstrong could dominate and give Caleb Williams nightmares. Debo might sit, putting us in a real tough spot. And Krosky Merritt could have the game of his life under the big lights. Now let me ask straight up, can Armstrong alone flip the script with constant pressure? Can we win without 3 of our top receivers? Is Krosky Merritt really ready for the expanded workload? Drop your answers in the comments because this community, this Commanders Nation family, that's what makes this so special. We're not just watching games, we're living this thing together. Every dub, every loss, every clutch play. We ride through it all as one family united by Burgundy and Gold. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, what are you waiting for? Smash the button now because we're dropping deep analysis, breaking news, and the realest takes on our Commanders every single day. Be part of the family. Join something bigger. And always remember, hail to the Redskins.